Welcome, duelists from around the world, to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series Richmond.
For Yu-Gi-Oh's 300th championship, I prepared my most ambitious combo pile yet. Remember Sapphire Surprise, the Crystal Beast branded mashup? Well, now we have actual Xyz and Synchro support for Albus with unbelievable roll compression.
So, I think you've been needing these.
But first, we have to get to Richmond. As I've vlogged about these events, I've become increasingly interested in the stories behind how and why people play this game. So this video is about the general YCS experience, not so much the individual matches I played in the tournament. Mine was a very busy week long before the start of round 1. Because you get out of these events what you put into them, the night before leaving I was frantically trying to make Yu-Gi-Oh card cookies, while also having cranked out one more Mimighoul video while trying to build and test decks for various formats and finalize plans and packs. I also wanted to make polymerization cookies, but this incident turned out to be a blessing in disguise. I did not have time for all this. These tournaments tend to be my only travel, so I booked a hodgepodge of trains to visit friends around New York along the way. Tragically, I forgot to vlog most of this because I was living in the moment, but you probably just want me to get to the Yu-Gi-Ohs already! I traded a cheesecake for a corgi and took a trip to the original Macy's, the Mother Macy, because I forgot Jesse's belt for the cosplay, so now he has a very nice one. We're playing card games over there. We've got a live mochi ice cream reaction. I don't really know what this is, but he's making me do things. Oh, hi. This is Nintendo Dominic. He vlogs about Yu-Gi-Oh things, right? It's all Yu-Gi-Oh, everything's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Every single one.
You can tell that I have 100% of my brain power available for social interaction and not Yu-Gi-Oh combos.
Exodia. How many Yu-Gi-Oh things can I get in this?
Yeah, so if you want Yu-Gi-Oh content, this guy. If you want good Pokemon content, this guy.
My sister, Serenity.
Completely forgot to vlog visiting the dear friend who helped brew the original concept for my deck like 4 years ago, and now for the train to Richmond. During a 2-hour layover in DC, I stayed on the train finalizing my deck list, seeing no reason to go out and tour the swamp that's become the nation's capital. I assume this here is the Library of Alexandria that burned down 2,000 years ago. To get a bit sentimental about my deck, I've got this crystal bond signed by Jaden and Aster at the National Championship a few years ago that reminds me of what's important. That dueling is not about winning, it's a game. It's something to bring us together. In those early tournament vlogs, I had little good to say about Yu-Gi-Oh! I had known only the hyper-competitive side, only the nastiest, most cutthroat players, but since then, I have found friends. The more I've leaned into having fun, the more good people I've found, and the more good I've been able to bring out of others, too. My deck now spans 5 other factions, and there are 5 other friends who helped me to get here, so I thought it would be cute to ask each of them to sign a card for me that relates to them. Now, no matter how the tournament goes, I already have my trophy. My friends will always be dueling alongside me. I would later collect some other signatures from the Triple D Master and from Stephen Darling, the commentator who convinced me to start cosplaying and who really believes in the power of Yu-Gi-Oh! To bring people together. I could have gotten more, but I was so overwhelmed that I kept forgetting about this. And some other things happened this week that aren't in the vlog that amounted to me being physically and emotionally spent from the start, so here we go! I booked an Airbnb with YCS mainstay Sean, who now has enough prize tickets for a giant card. Oh my crystal god. I would have loved to rally enough to get it myself, but prize tickets are now non-transferable, so the only way to get big stuff is by grinding side events over multiple YCSs. Alright, duelists, it's time to pack some cracks. It looks like you guys didn't send Goku your pack opening energy. How did I pull? Should I ask for a refund? YCS Richmond was not nearly as grand as I was told to expect. No live duel performances, pretty much just a typical YCS plus a playmat, but with upwards of 3,000 people in attendance at the 300th. I saw more merch for sale, a need I discussed in the YCS Pittsburgh vlog. You better believe these Karibo deck boxes and pouches all sold out. The vendors were all sold out of Mulcharmy Perulias, so I had to get the legendary 5Ds decks. Good thing I bought 3 Fuwas already. I handed out the cookies to friends and fans. They were surprisingly well received, and I'm told I have to do this again next time. I suppose cookies taste better when all you have to do is say what card you want to draw this weekend. It's just a dumb little way to spread a little joy. Eat your last pathetic card so I can end this, Golden Nova.
My plate has no pathetic cards, Mark, but it does have this, the unstoppable Tri-Horned Dragon.
I apologize to everyone who I didn't recognize from previous events. I see thousands of faces at these. I love getting to know people one-on-one, but I can't do that here and my brain is struggling to keep up, while also trying to manage my body through these long and chaotic events. Of course, I managed to injure myself again just before leaving. It's a challenge trying to spread laughter while being very careful not to laugh myself. It still hurts. Y'all were much more composed than I was. I wish I'd had the mental capacity to slow down and ask what decks you had brought. You did fill me in on quite a few new Mimighoul strategies I need to try.
The nice thing about trying to be an anime character is that the worse my hair is, the better.
There was a point when MBT and Peeps were trying to make their way over to me, but kept back because I was in such deep conversation with one of those Yu-Gi-Oh girlfriends I'd met in Pittsburgh. I did remember her name, of course, because there was absolutely no pressure to. She didn't remember mine, and I love that for her.
I have not been getting enough clips. I have been living in the moment.
Oh, yeah. That's what I say, too, when I forget to film anything.
So yeah, I'm like a cool YouTuber and cosplayer now. I sign autographs, but in my own head, I'm just the same loser as always. We can get existential later. It's time to duel! My record for this weekend was the usual 6 wins and 3 losses, never quite good enough. I had a lot of great and engaging matches, the best gameplay I've gotten from Advanced in a long time. I will have much more to say about this in my big Sapphire Surprise update soon, but for now, I'll just show you what a single Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus can do. Most of the stuff in here has synergy with level 4 and Beasts, which can lead into explosive plays with Spring-Ins, Albus, or after the opponent spent their disruption, or if they've used Fuelos, pivot into a Liger Dancer backed up by the Fallen and the Virtuous, Renbrum ready to summon Albus and Fuse, or Silverhound Spell Negation. It's meant to be flexible and unintelligible. Lots of great matches today, back and forth, aside from anything involving Radiant Typhoon, against which I have never drawn Perulia, even though over half of my matches have been against Typhoon, which I'm rather sick of getting drowned by. Mostly engaging gameplay, except for the new time rule. I was really hoping to be proven wrong, but I have been f***ed over by the new time rule in half of the events I've played in. I wrote an angry thread about this. I was taken out in the main event by a VSK9 player having a bad day, who hated combo decks so much that he looked at me and said, "You're getting a double loss," as he dragged out an unwinnable duel for 15 minutes. Game 2 after losing the first, so he had no chance of winning the match, but he was able to keep activating effects and summoning monsters, so technically he wasn't stalling. The new time rule allowed him to override the result of our gameplay and turn my 2-0 sweep into a devastating loss purely out of spite. There were also a whole bunch of double losses on stream, especially for Genesis. That does not make Yu-Gi-Oh look good. I was chatting with a judge. Yeah, the one-phase life point rule was bad, but at least it was some game that we were all entering into, and it didn't hand losses to players who were in the lead.
Maybe? As soon as the moment I called time, the match was over.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So he tried to get to it, just couldn't get to it fast enough. This is unfortunately a double loss.
I actually think Nathan was playing just about as fast as you could conceivably in that last couple of turns there. So it's just rough. It just is what it is. He needed literally 6 seconds.
True, and unfortunately he didn't have those 6 seconds.
I'm here again with my best pal Jay, fresh from Duel Academy.
Duel Academy. You mean my father's biggest mistake?
I've talked before about how some opponents would get extremely mad at losing to my unconventional strategies, thinking they meant I was a bad player and should have been a free win. I've talked about how blinging out my deck has lightened the mood by communicating that I am indeed passionate about this game. But the cosplay, I think, can have the opposite effect. Sometimes opponents think it confirms I'm a totally free win. I try to bring smiles to everyone. Some people are not receptive to that, but that's not my fault. The CEO of DDD got more positive reactions, but maybe that's because his character's theme is more competitively relevant.
He thinks I'm gonna need this much of a handicap. I might!
I really hate how the double loss enables bad sportsmanship like this. I'm thinking of writing a little script analyzing the rule from a PR and events management perspective. Konami's American branch is frequently criticized for their poor communications.
I'm the DDD player now. I'm gonna get me that Kirby.
It's a shame because aside from this, tournament administration has improved greatly since the days of reporting 40-minute delays between rounds. The most fun I had this weekend was when I wasn't in Konami's tournaments. And everyone I've talked to agrees that this has been one of the most engaging metas Yu-Gi-Oh's ever had.
It's a pretty good format when you're not like getting blown out by Radiant Typhoon, but somehow you can play into it.
I don't know how. I've won every Radiant Typhoon matchup I had.
Give me your luck. Just let me open with those Perulias.
Actually, I didn't even Perulia them. I won off Ogre. You got a lot more flexible decks. Everyone's playing different things. The different versions of everything. It's unpredictable, but a little predictable. I saw a lot of magnet players, for hire players.
Oh, I'm hoping I don't have to learn what magnets do, because there was this guy at Duel Academy who played those, but he lost one duel to an Amazonas player, and he was never the same.
Yeah, I don't think he came back from that one. I think, didn't you guys leave him behind?
Oh no, did we? Totally forgot. We would like to get some cosplays in the token booth.
That might not happen today, unfortunately.
Oh boy. Do you think we can have like VIP status if all the cosplayers are over there?
I wish they would let that, because that would make a really good thing to post on the Konami Twitter. But I don't think they care enough anymore, because they stopped posting the cosplayers. They posted it like twice in like SoCal, and that was it.
Konami, we want to help promote Yu-Gi-Oh! Work with us. He's a very nice boy. You want everyone to see. If you play Yu-Gi-Oh, you can be like him.
Have fun with the game. Pick up your favorite deck, mess around with different engines, and see what happens. You might be surprised and find something new and interesting that'll actually start winning. Go out, have fun, express yourself a little. Be your favorite character. Here at my third major event, I'm actually slowly getting recognized now as the DDD guy, and honestly, it's been a lot of fun.
I dropped my mask, but you can eat off the floor over here in the fan content area. Except actually, now that we've been over here, it's starting to fill up. I'm glad about the things that have improved. Championships have been flowing almost as quickly as regionals now. But man, this double loss rule was made to invalidate everything else. So when I criticize them, it's because I believe that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the greatest game ever made, and they often make it harder to play and enjoy, not easier. For the double losses that weren't forced on me out of spite, I did make sure to go back and thank the other player for what was a fun and engaging match.
And with that, I can now banish 1, 2, 3 darts from the graveyard. 4, 5, 6, 7. I summon the Dark Rainbow Dragon.
Impossible!
No one's ever summoned him.
That might be literal.
And that's game.
Yeah, that's game. Only it got back to me, because at that point, from my grave, I would have been able to banish Xyz, Fusion, Synchro, and a Pendulum monster to fight back with Dimensional King Arc Crisis.
Pow, they clash. I had more consistent fun hanging out with the domain format people, who are very welcoming and excited to introduce people to multiplayer Yu-Gi-Oh! I didn't have time to make a Crystal Beast deck, so I recreated the Noble Knights I've used online.
We're here with MarkThePage.
Get your game on!
Your favorite essay and combo tutorial Yu-Gi tuber.
I was actually putting the finishing touches on my deck while they were coming around to my turn. I put 50,000 damage on the board, but then you had a little Fiendsmith to pull out of the graveyard.
I tried to betray. I made a deal with people. I went back on it and I immediately got punished. Politics is a real thing, people. You gotta back yourself up.
I don't deal with the politics. I just say, okay, I'm gonna be the boss. It's 3-on-1. Do check out Domain Format. They are very welcoming in getting people in to try it. Invest in the community aspects of Yu-Gi-Oh! This is a great game, and there can be a great culture. It is what you make of it.
Meanwhile, Sean made day 2. I couldn't celebrate with him because my body wasn't holding up, but that's fine. We need sleep. Celebrate at the end. On that note, day 1 standings are posted online. You can leave when your final match is over. No need to stay an extra hour and shove your way through the crowd to read the printout. Go get dinner before the post-event rush.
Here he is, our day 2 champion of YCS Richmond.
We're not calling it champ. I probably can't make top 8. 219th, first day 2 at an event. Dude, I've been playing this game for 4 years. This game is awesome when you get to play it and your opponent isn't just floodgating you out. It's awesome when you get to play.
Yeah, I got some really good games today, even though there was that one nasty opponent. But even that was a great match with so much back and forth.
I found the first burger place that was between here and the Airbnb.
I'm vegetarian. I found that the Airbnb had cereal this whole time. They're not gonna charge us for it.
Okay, whatever. If they do, you're the one paying for it.
It's a box of cereal. How much could it cost? $10?
Yeah.
If you ever want to find the tournament, just follow the crowd of nerds. Day 2, I played in a couple of side events.
I got to attack for game with Rainbow Dark Dragon after we slugged it out with Liger Dancer versus Liger Dancer.
Administration went smoothly, but double loss roll plus oops all Radiant Typhoon. So those were over quickly, and good riddance because that meant I could go back to chilling out with the crew in the schoolyard.
1, 2, draw!
I want to draw Elemental Hero Neos.
I want to draw Trickstar Cantina.
I want to draw my DDD Doom Queen Machinex.
Yeah, I've been on the receiving end of that one. And I want to draw Called by the Grave. I mean, Crystal B Sapphire Pegasus. I'm under contract to say that.
I may have done less dueling at this YCS, but that doesn't mean it was any less fulfilling. I thought of this as less of a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, more of a Yu-Gi-Oh convention. This guy, by the way, did you know that he hosts dinner parties for his friends in which they all play weird Table 500 decks? He is unbelievable. Lastly, I did some shopping, dropping an insane amount of cash on the new branded cards so I could have them for a video coming out soon, and of course prices immediately went down, then went back to decompress alone for the rest of the night. I pushed myself too hard again and have been paying for it since. It is time to pack up the post-YCS mess. I got a Dragon Maid mat to sell to the highest bidder to finance my branded addiction over here. I got the Yugi and Kaiba nano blocks. I think they're just gonna stand around being cute. On the plane home, a miracle happened and I got to sit next to a fan who I'd met at the event.
MarkThePage, MarkThePage!
Whoa,
What's
going on?
It's the Crystal Beast guy. Are we ever gonna get out of this airport?
It's looking unlikely, but at least we're in good company.
I was so eager to redeem myself now that my social batteries were recharged. Never has a flight flown by so quickly. No time to breathe, let alone remembering to vlog it. I had a mess of cards in my lap as we showed each other our decks and chatted about the event and Yu-Gi-Oh! And life. Duelists, you've gotta talk to each other. This great game has brought us together and given us all so much to bond over. They had a super cool For Hire deck that I'm so excited to try for myself.
For Hire is the best deck in the game. Don't even at me.
Did you know that if the opponent uses Perulia on you and you're summoning all the For Hires from your hand, when you've got Rex, every time you summon, the opponent draws, and then because the opponent added the card to their hand, Rex lets you draw a card, so every time you summon, you draw another card.
I love to negate roll.
But on the other hand, I know that if I start playing For Hire, no one will be surprised. I don't know what I did to be so embraced by the furry community, but I am a grateful ally. May we battle valiantly at each other's side. So that was my experience at the 300th. The price of keeping up with power creep, travel, and entry fees is hurting. And the double loss rule has completely drained me of any desire to play in tournaments. On the other hand, I continue to forge connections and find other things to enjoy about Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot of players don't know this, but there's actually more to do than just advanced format tournament play, or even Genesis tournaments. I will be at one of Mr. Akaba's Yu-Gi-Oh! Themed dinner parties soon, and I am very excited for that! I'd like to work on some cheap casual decks and get back to finishing my Speed Duel collection. I'm telling you, if it's a choice between owning these 3 cards or having 25 Speed Duel decks to play with, one of these choices will be way more fun for you, your friends, and anyone you'd like to introduce to this great game. All of my friends will be at YCS Columbus in May. My wallet and I desperately need a break. As I said in my last vlog, I've been trying to reclaim a life outside of YouTube and Yu-Gi-Oh! It's been empowering to meet y'all who think that I'm cool, interesting, inspiring, charismatic, not just a lonely loser who sits in front of a computer all day struggling to get anything done. I'm trying to see myself from the perspectives of others as I spend more time socializing and collaborating again. Between reconnecting with friends and not having another YCS looming over me, I feel much lighter today. Not that I'm retiring from Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm just not taking on new responsibilities until I can get through the long list of videos I've already committed to. In the meantime, talk to people, make friends, see what's awesome about your friends, and allow yourself to believe that their compliments are just as genuine as yours. If maybe you don't have any friends you're comfortable with hitting up right now, leave a comment telling us what deck you're playing these days and why. I guarantee someone will find your anecdote interesting, unless you play Stun. In which case, of course, you don't have any friends. And because it's post-YCS, you know what that means. What's up? My name's Greg. This is my Yu-Gi-Oh! Channel. We got this card. What is it? It's Pisanta, the Titan of Troubadours. Manifests in response to devoted prayers. It recites lyrics, but like, I don't know about that. I don't know what lyrics are. I mean, I am going to choir after this, but I'm gonna be a bass, not a tenor. That would be gay. And I'm not gay, I'm just Greg.